Hello friends, welcome back to my channel The Lens India Professional Photography and this series of Mastering Lightroom CC. In this video, we will be touching upon the next tab of the Lightroom, that is the slideshow. So slideshow is something, this feature we can use when we want to do some slideshows for our clients, or maybe probably when we have to do some slideshows in our photography seminars or something like that. So this is one of the wonderful feature of the Lightroom, and we need not to really make any separate PowerPoint presentations or videos for just seminars or the webinars or the slideshows to the client. So right now I'm in the library module, and same as what we have seen in the book module. So I have already prepared the collections for this demonstration. So now let's directly jump into the module of the slideshow. And now when we jump into this module of the slideshow, this is how what we will get the screen, and we have so many panels. On the right hand side panel we have different tabs which are available. So let's try to explore each tab one by one. So first one is the option where we have different settings, like we can zoom to fill the frame, or maybe if we want to have the borders, we can have the borders for our photos or the videos, whatever we can have. So we can select these borders. The only thing is that if we zoom to fill the frame, so as long as the photo is in the landscape mode, it will properly fit in with the space what we have already allocated. But if the photo is, like the vertical, so it will occupy all the space, and it will get cropped to the extent which is not really the required thought process. So that is why it is always better to uncheck this if we have any vertical frames in our slideshow. So we have to be careful with this. Then again, we can have the strokes to the border, so we can increase the border size, or we can decrease the border size with the help of the slider. Then the next option is to, if we want to have the shadows to create some depth while we are doing the presentation, we can have this feature enabled also. So this will define how the shadows we want. So you can see the shadows, and you can even set the angle based on your requirement. So for this demonstration purpose, I am just removing these shadows and unchecking this option. So this is about the option. Then the next tab is about the layout. So layout will determine how do you want to, what size you want to have. So you can check mark all the show guides, and you can see with the check mark uncheck, the guides have disappeared. Once again, when you enable this show guides, you will see this gray lines appearing on the screen. And if you want to adjust the size, you can adjust the size at the same time in X and Y axis, both the ways, from left to right and top to bottom, provided this link all should be enabled. If the link all is disabled, you can adjust to either of the sides. Suppose in case if you want to add some text on either of the sides, for example, if you move this to left, you can add text to the right hand side. So accordingly, we can make the adjustments while preparing the slideshows. Otherwise, you can usually enable the link all option, so that you can adjust the size of the photo based on the screen requirement. Apart from this, we do have three different options, that is screen, 16:9 ratio, and 4:3 aspect ratios. So if you make it screen, it will occupy the full screen. If you make it 16:9, it will take the 16:9 ratio. So this is related to the layout. Then the third is about the overlay. So overlay is something like if you want to have something who is going to present, you can add the identity plate over here, and you can move accordingly wherever you want to place it, and you can adjust the opacity, or you can override the color also, whatever it is, and you can even select the color whatever you want to give it to that particular text what you are willing to write it over here. And maybe if you want to use it render behind the image, it will render behind the image all the time when you are playing the slideshow. So this is about the identity plate. And if you want to uh, edit this, you can edit, and you can write the text whatever you are willing to write, whether the title or whatever it is. You can uh, give your inputs over here and select your preset. The next is about the watermark. So watermark, in our earlier videos, I have already covered how to create the watermarks, and what are the watermarks we have created. We can use those watermarks on the images. Now you can see the moment I enabled this, the watermark started appearing over here. So I'll just, for the reference, I'll enclose the link of that watermark, how to create watermark videos from this Mastering Lightroom CC, uh, so that it will be a good for the viewers to have the recap quickly. Then, in case, suppose if you have given any ratings, star ratings to your image, so those will appear if you are enabling this rating stars. So for example, if I'm disabling this, and now this image number 5 is having rating, so it is not showing any rating over here. The moment I enable this, you will start seeing those star marks over here. And for this also, you can change the color based on your requirement. So this is how the ratings also will appear. If you want to have any text appearing in on these images, so what you can even have the text on the images. Now, the if you see this particular tab, you don't find anything. Everything is grayed out, and you don't find any space to write the text or input any text over here. So if you come at the toolbar over here, which is just above the film strip, you will see add text to the slides, and you can add that text whatever you want. For example, I can mention the tigers of India example, and the moment I do it, it will appear over here, and you can adjust the colors of the text. You can keep it black and white. You can give any color from the color palette, whatever is suitable to your slide, or maybe you can just keep it white if you want. And you can even adjust the opacity of this text which is being overlaid over here. Apart from this, as what we have seen in the earlier videos, we can select the fonts whatever we like, and even we can align this just by dragging it wherever we want the placement of this particular text. So just if we go to the layout, and if I try to little bit squeeze the size of the image, I can put it below the text, put this text below the image based on our requirement. So once this overlay and layout is done, we can even add the color to the background if you wish. So if you want black, you can select black. So a gradient effect will be there, beautiful gradient effect will be there. Or maybe if you want some colors to be there, even the colors will be basically appearing based on our requirement. So just for this demonstration purpose, I'll keep this as a black. If you want to add any background image, you can enable this feature, and you can just drag and drop the image whatever you want, and so that it will appear across all the slideshows on the background of the photos what you have selected. Apart from this, again we can have a particular color which we want to select here also. So we can select a specific color whatever we would like to select over here. For this again demonstration, I just select the same black color again and keep it as it is for this demonstration. The next is about the titles. So if you feel that you want to have a introduction screen, so you can create that introduction screen over here, and maybe you can edit the text over here about the uh, presentation about, for example, tigers of India, and you can just hit OK, and you will see that the this slide has been created, and maybe if you want to adjust the size, you can adjust the size of the letters. You can select the font. Earlier when we were typing the text, you can select the color of the text based on that. If you want any end screen, again same like introduction screen, it can be created, but for this demonstration I won't be having any introduction screen as well as the ending screen. So let us leave it for this demonstration. The next is about the music tab. You can add the music based on your liking. So you can go to the destination folder and you can pick up any music, whatever you like. So I just have some folders where normally I keep some background musics. So once you select the music, what will happen is that this music will start playing in the background when the slideshow is running. So you can, it is a good idea if you want to make more interesting presentations or the slideshows, the music will always keep up the interest of the viewers. Then how do you want to play back this slideshow? So we have two different options. One is the automatic, other is the manual. So when you go for the manual, you don't have any much options. So this mode basically will allow you to make the presentation or the slideshow if you want to have the narrations, or if some speaker wants to speak in between. So you can use the manual mode. If you want to keep it automatic, you can keep it automatic. Now you have another few options when you go to automatic, is that you can sync the slides to the music whatever we have, or maybe if you don't want to sync it, you can adjust the timing of each slide whatever you want. You can crossfade the in between slide transitions, or maybe you can hit the option of fit to music. Now you can see that this has taken 11.3 seconds per slide. So because the music what I have added and the number of slides what we have included in the slideshow, so it will adjust the timing and calculate the timing and determine the timing, how much time this slideshow, each slide will have the display on the screen. So once you try to change the crossfades after this, again if you change it, you can see there is a change in the slide length timing. So just for this demonstration purpose, I'll keep it 1 second crossfades, and the slide length will automatically get calculated to 12 seconds per slide. Then we have audio balance. So in when we are doing these presentations, we can include both videos as well as the images. So if you are including the videos, and if it is already having some audio in that, so it is better to move the slider to this position. Or when we are only playing the videos, but and if it is not having any audio as such embedded in that video, we can slide it to music, so that whatever the music what we have selected here will run in the background while playing the slides. So now since the video what I have selected is already having some audio embedded in that, so I'm just keeping it over here, so that whenever the video is being played, the audio of that video will be basically heard by us, and not the music what we have selected here will be very feeble in the background. Then the next option what we have is the pan and zoom. So when the slideshow is running, so the image will have the pan and zoom effect. So image will pan and zoom in, and will start zooming in when the slideshow is running. So that magnitude you can decide based on the slider, low or high. So usually don't keep it too high. I will prefer to keep it somewhere here. And once the slideshow is finished, what options do you want? Whether you want to again run in the random order, or you want to have it in the repeat slideshow. So I don't want neither either of this. So I will just disable this. Then the last point is about the quality. So we can have draft mode, standard mode, and high mode. So of course, draft mode will take very less time to render. Standard will take a little bit more, and high will take much more time as compared to earlier these two options. So let us keep it standard for this. Now once all this setting is done, what we can do is we can just go for the preview. And we can see how the slideshow is running. Now it is preparing the preview for the slideshow. So let's wait for a couple of seconds to go. So now here the preview starts. Now you can listen to the music of the video, and at the background you can also listen to the feeble music what you have selected. So I'll just not play too much because this video may have something audios which may have some copyright issues. If you want to exit from this preview, you just click on the screen and it will get exited. And again, if you want to play this, you can put the click the play option over here, and the video will start, and or the slideshow will again render, and the slideshow will start. So again, the same process will happen. Just give some time. Yeah, again the slideshow has started. So again, to exit from this, you just have to click on the screen, and we are out of this slideshow. So once we have created this slideshow, we can even save this slideshow for demonstration purpose. For example, now since we have created as a Tigers of India slideshow, so we can create this under this particular collection what we have created, and if you want, we can make virtual copies, or we can, if we in future we want to add something in this, we can set it as a targets as a collection, target collections. So just now for demonstration we'll just create it, and you'll see that under this wildlife Tigers of India, this slideshow has been created. Now again, if you want to use this settings whatever we have done here for the future, you can just create a template over here, that slideshow template. Okay, and you can just create this template. So whenever we are creating any new slideshow, we can use this template as it is, and you can see this has got created under the user templates. So this is how the slideshow is created, and once the slideshow is created, we have two options you can see on the left hand side panel: export to PDF or export to video. So definitely, if you have added any music to this, or if you already have videos in this slideshow, those will not get exported. So you can export these videos in the video form, and you can say you can create a folder wherever you want to store to the destination folder as a slideshow, and just save it, and it is getting saved. So meanwhile, again, it is getting saved. I'll just forgot to mention one thing. We can also have some options over here to create the quality of them. So what are options we want: 480 by 270 16:9, 720p or 1080p. So higher the resolution, it will take much more time to export the video based on the selection what you have done here. So let us give some couple of minutes for exporting the video. It is getting exported. So once the export is complete, we'll again go and check that folder. So yes, so now the video export is completed. Now let's go to the desktop, and you will see that this video is now exported over here, and you can see the video is being played. So this is how we can do the overall slideshow presentation and convert it into the video. So that's all for now. I think I have covered all the aspects of slideshow in this particular video. So if you have any questions or doubts, you can comment in the comment box, so I'll try to answer them. So stay tuned for our next upcoming video related to the print module. And if you have not subscribed the channel, I request you to subscribe this and hit the like button, so that it will really motivate us to create more and more content where we can share the knowledge with our viewers. So thank you so much, and bye for now.